Hey everybody, DayTraderRockStar here, and this is an overnight trade. Just jumping on here, watching the market pull back, just messing around with some things. Watching the futures here, they're up 6, but I like the breakdown here, and I wanted to show you this setup on the triple stochastics that I have. I have the 9314 and the 6010. Now the 6010 is just getting oversold, and we have this what I call a coil, where we have a series of lower highs going into this. So this is usually a good sign. Now there's not a divergence, but it is oversold. So there's a good spot here. I'm going to take a shot on this right now.
Order filled.
So I got a little, just 2 contracts, and I'm going to adjust the stop here. Typically, I would only take this if I had a divergence. But I wanted to go over and do this video, and I'm in front of the market seeing it sell off, so I want to take a little shot here and show you how to do a proper scale. And I feel really comfortable with the 60 period here. If we go back and we took a look at some of the something to keep you out of trouble when you're taking a trade, especially overnight trades when we have this kind of chop going on. You could just see the rotation here on the top. The orange rotation here is a 9.3, and this is a 14.3. You use either one, both. They're very close, they're very similar. But you see how we get oversold. That goes under that 20 line, and we get that bounce. We get overbought, and we kind of pull back, and we kind of had this. And I want to really pay attention to being oversold and overbought and taking those positions with the market in your favor. All right, so now we're oversold, and we just got a 5-minute, or I call a 60-10 setup. And these terms might be a little bit more complex for you, not understanding what the 60-10 is. But in charting here, I'm using that 60-10 to kind of reflect what the 5-minute time frame is doing instead of switching back and forth to the 5-minute and the 1-minute. I could have multiple charts up here. So that's what we're looking at. We're looking at the 5-minute now is oversold. And we always like to have that 5-minute on your side if we're going to look for an extended bounce. So we got the 1-minute, or the 9.3, the 14.3, and we had the 60.10 all lined up. That's the only thing we have. Now, while I'm waiting for this to play out, I just want to go back and show you a couple good setups that I really want to pay attention to. This is overnight trading right now. And again, I'll show you what I'm looking for. Certain setups that I'm looking for. And I'll kind of circle these if I can. Control F11. Let's see here. Alright, so right here, this double, or actually I should not put these circles in. I'll just put lines in here. It would be easier. F2. So this is kind of a double bottom right here. I'm looking for that low, the stochastic low under the 20 line, a pop back up, and then a push back down to those lows, but a higher low right here. And this is not giving you a lot, but what we're going to do tomorrow, especially tomorrow, what I'm going to do tomorrow is I'm going to actually take these trades, and we're just going to take the rotation. And once it gets above the 80 line, we're going to take them off. So whatever we get on them, we're going to take off. We're going to be super discipline on doing this. And again, you can see the other rotation. That's if we rather take the divergence, but even in some cases you might say, all right, I like this level, my volume profile tells me I should be in, or maybe there's something else that tells you. Do me a favor, watch the 9.3, make sure that's oversold and heading up, and you have such a better chance of a big move right here. All right, now I want to move this down. I want to kind of drag this down. I don't want to get stopped out of here because I feel like this is a good area. It's not a divergence, but it's I think we can get a little bounce here. And I could actually cost average in here. It's only 2 contracts on the MES, so each point moves $5. So if I took another one here, I'm going to actually move this to none right here, and I'm just going to buy one more here. All right, so now oh, you know what? I forgot there was 2 on here. I only wanted 1. All right, that's what I was telling you. Boom. Look at that nice pop here. Now, either way, I think I would take this off on a rotation up above 80. Now, I'm working on a script that will take this automatically off on a rotation of the 9-3. See, this the 9-3 is starting to lift now. We have the 5-3. You have everything on your side. So we have the 9-3, we have the 14-3 starting to lift, and we have the 60-10, which represents the 5 minute. And we're going to look to see if that starts to lift too. And we're going to see how far this gets up. We get above 60, close to 70, close to 80. We'll see where the price is. Hopefully the price is up around the 20-period moving average, and we can take a little profit off of this. It won't be a lot, but it'll be, the technique works. You could scale the technique as many shares as you want. If you get comfortable with it and you have a real good divergence, you'll have no problem scaling this and feeling comfortable with this. So we have a feel good trade here, because you have now momentum here is shifted a little to the upside. I'm just waiting for this to play out now. I want to scroll out here and take a look at some other setups. Now, again, overnight trades, not much happening. Here's this is a trade we took today. I actually took a contract on a 5-minute divergence right here. So I saw that 5-minute on the 60-10, and we had a big move on it. Now I got a nice little move, 4 points. It moved up another, probably 6-7 points after that. But that was, sticking to the game plan. It was basically the only trade I took today on the ES, the MES. And that's just because, and there was one that I missed. I have to tell you, I did miss this one. This one, I want to go back and actually show you this double bottom right here. And look how high the stochastic rotation was here. This was just beautiful. And once you got that turn up here, maybe it was this candle, you had to take it, even though you did, and then once it gets overbought here, you take it off. You don't have to worry about all this chop. So look at exactly what happened there. It popped up and then came right back down. So important to get that rotation. That rotation. So right now in a trade where we're market's pulled back down. We're looking at a rotation. Not much going on here. It's about 11 o'clock in the evening right now. All right, you see this series of lower highs? This is really good. I mean, even though we are getting close to that low, this wasn't a divergence low. So I just want to give it a little room to set up here, because this is what we call a coil stochastic channel. Well, a coil stochastic channel breakout. The channel to be seen here is very, very tight. You can't even really see the channel. It's just, that's how tight it is. So we're looking at, now you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The next break out of this downward, even on the stochastics, the next break out of the stochastic rotation is going to break us out of this and bring us up. Just like clockwork. Watch this. Here we go. Now, how do I know this? Doing it years and years and years. So I'm only looking for a couple good trades a day. Divergence trade. This is a special one. This is called a stochastic coil stochastic channel breakout. And that's probably number 3 on the list. It's not a very, it's kind of a rare, more rare setup. So you don't see it as often. Lots of times I'll see this on the daily chart. I'll see it on the 1 minute chart, the 5 minute. But overnight, You know, just happened to be here. So we're oversold. We have a coil. This looks absolutely fantastic. It even is a relative divergence. And you know what? I could even take another position here, but I'm not going to. We're going to let this work out for us. Like I said, I think we can get up to our first target up here, or at least up to the 20-period moving average. Again, I'm looking for this right here to break. As it breaks, this should break the channel line and should give us a good candle to the upside. See what happens here. Sometimes I don't even want to have a stop in there because sometimes these algorithms go stop hunting, and they could, you know, if you have your order on placed on a platform somewhere, they could see it. They know exactly where to get it. I might actually take this off just to manually run this. Oh yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to move it down here. I'll just move it down in case we do get a big flush. I'll just give it a little bit more room. So we're down 33 on this, but the setup here is pretty good. It's now considered a divergence. You can see we never really rolled over here. Let's see what happens here. We need a better candle. It has a good divergence. As a coil, and as a 5-minute time frame. Now, typically, I don't put these, you know, stops or these buy sell orders in. So I'm just might just move those
Order
off.
canceled.
Move that off and move this
Order
off.
canceled.
So now we're just long here, and I'm probably going to end up. Well, you can see we have one more coil down, which is okay. I want to take this one more here.
Order filled.
So I added one more. I have 5 total. That's basically one half ES contract. ES basically is 10 MESs. One ES. MES. One MES is 1/10 of an ES. So every point you're moving on an ES is $50. Every point you're moving on the MES is $5. Every point that I'm moving now, and I'm holding 5 contracts, is $25. Good. Hey everybody, I'm back here. I had a freeze up. I had to restart the computer, but as you can see, we had a nice little run, and this is exactly what I was talking about. I apologize that I had to restart it, but this was the rotation. So we had the divergence. You had the coil stochastic here, the possible divergence here, and you had that rotation. So when you had the rotation, remember we talked about the downward channel, which is very, very tight channel. But it doesn't matter if it's tight or anything. The fact is, in a coil stochastic rotation, you're going to get a break out of the coil. At the same time, you're going to get a break out of the underlying channel that's there. It got a little move up. I would have taken it off there. That's where you wanted to take it off on this first rotation up. Lucky nothing that we didn't get into too much damage. It came back here now. We're back in positive territory. It came back, retested the lows, and actually pushing back up again now. So I wish we got to be able to record the whole thing, but it's just no harm done. Just saved us some time here. Now let's see if we can get a little pop here. Now remember we talked about the 60 period being on our side, It's actually a kind of a double bottom here, slight divergence, and we have this 14.3, which is a double bottom divergence. And that's even good here, talking about a relative divergence where the price basically comes back down to the same level here. Basically it's the same level, but a much higher stochastic rotation on the 14.3, which tends to be very bullish. And we did get a move on that, and we're moving back up to the overbought level. And this is a game of, inches. You got to be able to, lock in those profits. Probably had a nicer profit. We had another, let's see here, we were trading at 74, went up to about 75. 5. Yeah. We would have been out of this trade, effectively, here. Or anywhere above that 20. And this is the concern now, is because we are now approaching the overbought level again, and you just have to be safe on this. This could chop around still, move back down, hopefully get another lift before we get that. Maybe it will move up to the 50 here, which is the gold line. But overall, our odds are that this is probably going to roll over at one point. So kind of pushing the envelope here as we overbought. Now we do have that 5-minute, but the 5-minute, we'll see. We'll see if that, we really needed that to get above 20 and start to trend higher to really feel comfortable in the trade. Now you can see, isn't it funny that we're right at the break-even area? And now we're back over the overbought level. Let's see if we get a little pop on that and take it off.
Order submitted. Order filled.
Yeah, I'm just going to take that off there. All right. Just because we're back over the overbought level. So that last buy here was a good one. And then that's where we are right there. So now overbought. See what happens to it. I'll probably leave it alone. It's getting late. But this is what we're going to do tomorrow. We're going to continue to take these setups, make sure everything is in our favor. Take from $20, $40, $50 trades, maybe do 5, 6 of them, and see what they add up to for the day. And again, this is all trading a small account. Just a matter of time. If I'm focused, I'll bring them to you. Doesn't make for an exciting show because I'm pretty much really analyzing the charts and really, but that's what I like to do. So we're going to do that tomorrow. Hopefully you could join me. Day Trading Radio. 8:30 in the morning till 4. And then tomorrow is Wednesday. We got some late night shows. So I think you're going to enjoy this. Have a good day tomorrow. I'll see everyone then. Have a great evening. Catch you then.